Oh, hello everyone. How you doing? Today is a fair day. It's called a Fair Isle Knit Day. Fair Isle is a style of knitting which is actually relatively easy to do if you have just two colors. I have three hats to share with you and a story to tell from a viewer like you who contributed her story. I also have a magic stitch. I call it the magic stitch, which is a way of anchoring in your floats on the back of your work. It's a lot easier than twisting the yarn, which is a traditional way of doing it. So stay tuned and enjoy. A viewer, like you, commented that she wanted to knit a Fair Isle hat. Now, I was thinking of the very same thing when I saw her comment, and so I thought great minds are thinking alike. So she sent me the name of a free pattern that she was using to knit her Fair Isle hat. And I looked at that pattern and then I started in with it. She was happy with the results, but she found that the hat was a little too big. And when I started knitting on the pattern, I also found that it was a little bit too big, especially if you're using worsted weight wool. So she started a second one, which she sent me the picture of, and that fits because she reduced the number of stitches that she used to cast on. Instead of 108, pretty sure she said 96. And in my progress and what I was doing, I worked on 98 stitches. So we begin with the cast on, and this is my favorite method. It's a very stretchy cast on. It's great for the top of socks, even a shawl, the edge of a shawl, or a sweater. It's just a great cast on method because of the stretch factor. Now, it is a little bit tricky to try and learn it, but it is possible to get your fingers and hands working in the right direction so that you can cast this on. So I'm going to show this to you in slow motion in a moment, but you wrap it around the fingers and you bring that needle up by your index finger, out over the outer edge of the thread, and then up by the thumb. And then you just pull it. Don't worry about pulling it too tight or anything. Because of the stretchability of it, it's going to be easy to get your first stitches in there when you start knitting or doing your knit and purl ribbing. So up by the index finger, over the top, up by the thumb, and just pull it. And it knots in nicely. And it's a very stretchy cast on. I love it. Something that I do to help keep myself organized is I will put stitch markers, let's say every 20 stitches, especially if I'm casting on a great number of stitches, like 90 or 100 stitches. Every once in a while, you're going to say, where am I at? What am I doing? How many stitches do I have on here? So if you do it every 10 or 20 stitches, then it's easy to go back and count the rows or the sections. And when you get to the end of your stitch marker, close to it, you do always end with a purl, and then you move your stitch marker over, and you always start with a knit. So again, it's another way of keeping yourself on track, especially if you get interrupted. I was going to say disrupted. If you get interrupted, somebody comes and says, "Where's such and such?"
Hey Susie, do you know where my reading glasses are?
Um, no. Maybe in the usual spot.
The usual spot?
Yeah,
Oh,
there you
right,
go.
thanks very
And
much.
then you can just look back at your work and know where you're at by looking at those stitch markers. I know they say, okay, you can look at your knit and purls if you're doing that, and the purls will have a nub and the knits will just be sort of straight, but this is just an easy way to do it. Put in your stitch markers. So here we are. I call this the magic stitch. It's a way to anchor in the floats in the back of your work. Once I get to it, so you're going to knit your stitch. Then see how I've got the thread on the left hand, which is similar to continental style knitting. You just pull that over the end of your needle, then you knit your stitch as you normally would, and then you slip it off. Showing that again, the blue stitch appears to fall off, but it's the next stitch that crosses over and anchors it. Because when you do the next stitch, you just do a normal stitch, you just knit, and it anchors that left hand strand. I'll show it again. That's a normal stitch. Then the next one's going to anchor in. So I put the blue thread over, then I just knit as I normally would and pull it through. And you have to make sure that you're anchoring the stitch, you're not pulling the blue stitch through or your secondary stitch through. Now I'm showing you the back of the work so that I can show you how every other stitch just pulls it in, so you don't have these big long floats. See some of the longer floats below there in the purple and red? And actually, when you do this, you don't have to twist your stitches, which is one thing I like about it. And when I was first knitting my hats, I had forgot about this technique. I can't even remember where I learned it from, but it just makes things so much easier. You're not doing all this twisting and moving around. You have to train yourself to hold your thread in the left hand, and but eventually, like everything else, you actually get used to doing it, and then you can do it a little bit quicker, just like you would knit your normal stitches. I had my husband holding the camera for me, so I hope the angle is good. And I think that you should be able to pick it up by watching this. If you find that you need a separate video just on that magic loop anchoring your floats video, let me know and I could do a completely separate one. So I got so enthralled with the idea of doing Fair Isle knits that I was just looking at all kinds of patterns, and then I honed everything down. I looked at what they suggested, usually smaller needles than I wanted to use. So my typical needles are 4 millimeters or 4.5s, which would be about 6 or 7 US, and using worsted weight wool. I think that when you want to knit, you want to be able to say, what wool do I have on hand? What can I get? Which is usually worsted weight wool, and using a 6 or 7 US size needle, and you can knit up almost anything. And a hat that's going to fit almost anybody. I know some people have larger heads. My husband has a larger head, and so I have to make sure that it's not too tight and it fits him. But generally, I can knit them up and I don't have a problem. They fit everyone. My thanks go out to Elaine for sharing her pictures with her hats. I enjoyed the fun of being able to knit them up both at about the same time, although I altered my patterns. It's a lot of fun doing Fair Isle knitting, and if you want to try it, go for it. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you next time.